In his will, an eccentric uncle left a mysterious garage to his relatives. Upon investigating, the family makes a stunning discovery. Their uncle had passed away and left behind a dusty old garage. The British family was in for a surprise because they weren't expecting something special inside. The nephew was taken aback when he opened the door. He could not contain his surprise as his eyes widened and his jaw dropped in shock. The stuff in the old man's shed revealed a side of him that his family was unaware of. Dr. Harold Carr passed away in his native Newcastle, a city in northeast England, in the spring of 2007. After learning they had inherited it, one of the nephews decided to visit the uncle's garage. They didn't expect to discover something so stunning and uncommon lurking there. The nephew entered the warehouse intending to clean it but was about to discover something extraordinary. Before opening the door, he took a deep breath to brace himself for the large dust awaiting him. When the man entered and turned to look around, he noticed an odd-looking object resting in the pile of dust. The nephew was aware that his eccentric uncle loved machinery and vehicles, and over the years, he had amassed an ever-growing collection. Finding such an uncommon beauty, though, was surprising. No one knew how many or what kind of cars he maintained in his garage, though his family knew he mainly loved car components. The man came across a Bugatti, not just any Bugatti, but a Type 57 Astonished. Although all Bugatti are among the most beautiful automobiles ever produced, this specific brand and model was in a class of its own. The car, completed on May 5, 1937, was one of only 43 vehicles ever produced by the French automaker. Francis Curzon, the 5th Earl of Howe, a member of Parliament and a racing fanatic, was the initial owner of the Astonished. He raced competitively throughout the 1930s and possessed a sizable collection of automobiles to gratify his interest. This is one of the factors contributing to this Bugatti model's increased popularity and value. After leaving Curzon's possession, the vehicle was sold several times before being eventually acquired by Carr in 1955. The vehicle remained in Harold's garage since 1960 after its license expired and rested there for almost 50 years. The precious car was abandoned and continued to gather dust, but it wasn't alone. In the pitch-black warehouse, there were other cars to keep it company. The doctor was a talented mechanic, and his nephew fondly remembered him for worrying over the components of his beloved cars. In an interview, he claimed that he would wear a piece of rubber tube around his head to prevent oil from getting into his hair while working on his cars. That Bugatti was $4.3 million on wheels, engulfed in multiple layers of dust, boxes, and debris. Although many would like to keep these classic cars, the Carr family chose a different path. They approached an auction house and offered to sell the Bugatti. Due to fierce competition, the final price for the Bugatti increased to $4.53 million. The money was divided among his relatives, who were never expected to become a millionaire. For its legendary speed and control, the Bugatti brand won numerous races in the 1920s and 1930s. One of its most popular models, the 57 Astonished, was handcrafted with distinctive embellishments on each one.